The wound. It starts quietly. A loss. A betrayal. A door that closes. Maybe it's a relationship that ends without warning. Maybe it's a job you gave everything to gone overnight. Maybe it's your health. Or someone you love. You wake up one morning and the life you had yesterday doesn't exist anymore. And the first thing you feel isn't sadness. It's confusion. Why me? You did everything right. You prayed. You were faithful. You were trying. And still the ground cracked open beneath your feet. At level 1, the pain feels random. Like a mistake. Like God looked away for a second. Like maybe you're not protected. That thought is dangerous. Because it's the beginning of a question that will either destroy your faith or forge it. The silence. Now comes the part nobody warns you about. You pray. And you hear nothing. You cry out in the middle of the night. And the ceiling doesn't move. No sign. No voice. No miracle. Just you. And the wait. This is where most people quit. They assume the silence means absence. They assume God doesn't care. But here's what you don't see yet. A surgeon doesn't speak to the patient while they're cutting. They focus. The silence isn't emptiness. It's precision. God is doing something in you that requires stillness. Something that noise would ruin. Something that comfort would delay. You can't feel it yet. But under the surface you are being rearranged. The pressure. The pain doesn't stop at level 2. It multiplies. First it was 1 thing. Now it's 3. The relationship ends. Then the money runs dry. Then your body gives out. It feels coordinated. Like the universe is targeting you specifically. You start isolating. You cancel plans. You stop talking. You smile in public and fall apart at home. Alone in your apartment at 2 a.m., you're not praying anymore. You're bargaining. God, if you just fix this one thing, I'll do anything. And still, silence. Here's the truth about pressure. A diamond doesn't form in comfort. It forms under conditions that would crush everything weaker. The pressure isn't punishment. It's selection. God doesn't put pressure on what he's done with. He puts pressure on what he's preparing. But you can't see that from inside the crushing. You can only feel the weight. The breaking point. This is the level most people never talk about. Because it's embarrassing. You break. Not a little, fully. You say things you swore you'd never say. Maybe God isn't real. Maybe I've been foolish this whole time. Maybe I'm on my own. You sit with that thought. And it's quiet in a different way now. Not peaceful. Cold. Like standing in a room where all the lights went out at once. This is the valley of the shadow. And what happens here matters more than anything that came before. Because this is the moment of real faith. Not the faith you had when life was good. That faith is easy. That faith is cheap. The faith that survives level 4. That's the kind that moves things. The disciples were in a boat in the middle of a storm. Jesus was asleep. They thought he didn't care. He did. He was just waiting to see who they were when they thought he wasn't watching. The revelation. Something shifts. Not on the outside. Not yet. Inside. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what is this doing in me? That's a different question. And it opens a different door. You start to notice things. The pain stripped away people who were never really for you. The loss removed a path that would have led you somewhere worse. The silence forced you to stop relying on noise and start relying on something deeper. You were being hollowed out. Not destroyed. Hollowed. So that something real could fill the space. You think about who you were before the pain started. Comfortable. Shallow. Certain of things you had no reason to be certain of. The version of you that existed before level 1 couldn't carry what God is about to put in your hands. It had to be dismantled. Carefully. Specifically. By someone who knew exactly what they were doing. The pattern. Now your eyes start opening to something bigger. You look back at every person who changed the world. Every one of them went through this. Joseph was thrown in a pit by his own brothers. Sold into slavery. Falsely accused. Imprisoned for years. While God was silent. And then in one moment, everything that had been preparation became position. He went from prison to palace. Not despite the pain. Through it. David was hunted like an animal across the desert. Hiding in caves. Running from a king. Building something in the wilderness that he could have never built in a palace. Job lost everything. His children. His health. His wealth. His friends told him to curse God and die. He refused. And what came after was greater than what came before. This is the pattern. Not one exception. Not coincidence. Pattern. God does not waste pain. He uses it with surgical precision. To build in you what cannot be built any other way. The war. But here's the level that changes everything. You have an enemy. And your enemy knows something about you that you're only starting to understand. Your potential. He doesn't attack people who are going nowhere. He attacks people who, if they survive this, will become dangerous to everything he's building. The size of your attack is a signal, not a verdict. A signal. If your life has been marked by unusually intense pain, repeated loss, coordinated chaos, things that feel personal, there's a reason. You are being targeted because you are a threat. The enemy is not attacking your past. He's attacking your future. He knows what you'll do on the other side of this if you don't quit. And so he's throwing everything at level 7, hoping the weight is enough to make you walk away. Don't. The test of identity. By now, the pain has asked you a question. Every level has been building to it. Who are you when everything is gone? Not who are you when the money's there. Not who are you when people clap for you. Not who are you when the prayers feel warm and the church is full and life makes sense. Who are you at 3 a.m. with nothing left? That's the real you. And God already knows the answer. He's not testing you to find out. He's testing you so that you find out. So that when the breakthrough comes, and it comes, you don't give the credit to luck. You know exactly what it cost. You know exactly what it was made of. And you become someone who cannot be easily shaken again. Because you know what you survived. The other side. And then one day you can't predict it, the pressure lifts. Not all at once. Slowly. Like dawn. You notice you laughed today and meant it. You notice the thing that used to paralyze you doesn't. You're in a conversation with someone who is at level 1. Confused. Broken. Asking why. And you know what to say? Not because you read it somewhere. Because you lived it. Your pain just became someone else's lifeline. Your story just became someone else's survival guide. That's not an accident. That's the completion of the assignment. God wasn't punishing you. He was publishing you. Writing something through your life that could not be written in comfort.